that transform challenges into opportunities.
So if we ask what's top of mind for many as we enter 2024, AI has risen to the forefront as one of the most significant strategic topics, we say, for leadership teams and boards as well.
Isn't it bananas to think we are about 370 days since ChatGPT was released on the world? ChatGPT just had its first birthday, but AI, including generative AI, presents both substantial threats and promising, exciting new frontiers. So regardless of one's stance on the topic, it's undeniable AI is a strategic issue that demands attention and can't be ignored.
So here we are venturing into uncharted territory with resilience behind us and boundless possibilities ahead.
So tonight we're going to champion those qualities as we celebrate Aotearoa's Champions of Adaptability.
Now, before we get into it, we need to share a little bit of housekeeping with you all. First of all, there seems to be a magnetic pull in this particular space because Jack was here last night as well. Obviously, the crowd tonight is better looking than the New Zealand TV Awards last night.
Much better looking, yeah. The mingers at the TV Awards. If you are, however, planning to share your evening, as a few too many of my colleagues did last night, please make sure that you use our event hashtag. Here it is here, hashtag Deloitte Top 200.
And if we do it enough, then the hashtag comes up immediately. Our bathrooms, our wharepaku, the small rooms, so to speak, are located just out here to the right.
Yeah, in the extremely unlikely event of an emergency, use your head, follow instructions. The event staff will be on hand. We'll go outside and gather out there, but just make sure you listen to all the pointers given to you.
Yes, I know you're the boss, but on that occasion, they are the bosses. So, tēnā koe, thank you, Jack. Now, let's get into the big night for New Zealand business.
He has been a member of the Deloitte team for more than 30 years, working locally, as well as in London, Australia, and across the Pacific region.
He served on the board of Deloitte New Zealand, was the Deloitte private lead for Asia Pacific, and the COO of Deloitte New Zealand.
In 2021, he took over as chief executive for Deloitte New Zealand. E te iwi, please join me in welcoming Mike Horn.
Inga iwi, inga mana, inga rau rangatira mā. Hina koutou katoa. Ko Mike Horn tōku ingoa. Ko ahau, he kai whakahaere o Deloitte. No reira, hina koutou katoa. So look, on behalf of Deloitte, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to the 2023 Top 200 Gala and Awards evening. It's now in its 34th year, and the Deloitte Top 200 Awards are well established as the preeminent platform for showcasing the best of New Zealand business. The awards recognise the depth and range of our business community, featuring the industries and sectors that underpin New Zealand's success. And I've always admired the organisations on the top 200. You never falter in the face of uncertainty, and that's something to be respected. It can be easy to find reasons to feel stressed in business, especially amid the numerous pressures we as business leaders have faced in the past year. We've had a cost of living crisis, inflation, global unrest, and severe weather events. And both our communities and our economy have taken a bit of a beating. And at times, I think it feels like we all have as well. But it's within this challenging landscape that we've seen the most resilient and innovative organisations emerge successful. And your approach and attitude to tough times has led to innovative and thoughtful solutions, including creatively rethinking your products and services. And that's undoubtedly ensured the long-term prosperity of your business, and it's what's made you our champions of adaptability. As high-performing businesses, you've shown us how we can look into challenges and opportunities, thinking differently and adapting our approach, and most importantly, proactively shaping our own futures. And despite New Zealand's business sentiment reaching record lows, the business community has demonstrated a real desire to lead the way. And the Top 200 gives us the opportunity to celebrate you and your unmatched leadership as you continue to power the country forward. Amid all of this uncertainty, It's more important than ever for our business community to also keep an eye on our international peers and stay well connected with markets beyond our shores. It'll certainly be an interesting few years as we collectively work through some challenging conditions, but we're certainly excited to see how you all continue to do so. However, before we go any further, I'd like to take a moment to recognise our exclusive media sponsor, the New Zealand Herald. They've been an integral part of the Top 200 for close to a decade now, and we certainly couldn't undertake hugely successful awards as these without their support. I also want to pay a big thanks to all of our loyal award and category sponsors: Amazon Web Services, Barfoot and Thompson, Business New Zealand, Forsyth Barr, Hobson Levy, ServiceNow, Tax Traders, 2 Degrees, and the newest member of our sponsor family is the University of Auckland Business School. We're also hugely appreciative of Fran OSullivan and an independent panel of judges, who are again tasked with the near impossible role of narrowing down an incredible selection of organisations into the finalists who we'll recognise here tonight. Your commitment to the awards and in turn to our business community is hugely appreciated. And speaking of our wider business community, I can certainly see a number of familiar faces out there tonight. And I'd also like to pay a special welcome to our 2022 Deloitte Best Managed Company winner, Peter Thompson and Stephen Barfoot of Barfoot and Thompson. The Best Managed Company program celebrates outstanding private businesses by evaluating them against global benchmarks for success. And we have several very successful private businesses that sit in our top 200 index. So it's great to have you here tonight to celebrate our leading Kiwi organisations. So congratulations to all of our finalists. You've weathered significant headwinds and done it with an eye on the forces that shape modern business: sustainability, diversity and inclusion, employee wellbeing, productivity, company culture, and as we've heard from Jack, the rapidly evolving world of generative AI. With your commitment to the economy, some bold strategic choices and long-term goals in mind, I know you'll fearlessly lead New Zealand into an uncharted but exciting future. With all that being said, I'm cautiously optimistic about what the future for New Zealand holds. We continue to be an attractive place for foreign investment. We have a talented workforce and a thriving entrepreneurial spirit. And by continuing to work together as businesses and the wider community, I've no doubt we'll come out of this stronger and more prosperous. So be sure to pick up your copy of Dynamic Business as you leave tonight, which has the full rundown of all of our winners and the wonderful stories of their success. It also has a full analysis of the top 200 index upon which these awards are based. So thank you for being here tonight. Enjoy the evening and your celebration of your well-deserved achievements. And finally, I'd just like to thank Jack and Stacey, for doing a phenomenal job and leading all of the winners through tonight's celebrations, and best of luck to all of the finalists.
Kia ora, one more time from Mike, please. This is quite disorientating for us, isn't it, Jack? We work at NZME, and that's the quietest I've ever heard a Herald table. Feel free to celebrate when we mention your company.
The night is young.
Yes.
Just be careful.
The
Be careful
Herald.
what you wish for. Yeah.
Barfoot and Thompson, 2 Degrees, Auckland Business School, yay! We know where the fun people are. And right now, it is time to start to get into it, to hear from someone absolutely pivotal to tonight's success, who will be celebrated by her workmates, I'm sure. She's the head of business content for NZME and a high-profile business columnist for the New Zealand Herald. She has a strong interest in New Zealand's international business success and is a frequent television commentator and public speaker. Now listen to this, it's really impressive. She chairs the New Zealand-US Council's Advisory Board, is a member of the New Zealand-China Council's Advisory Board, and Deputy Chairwoman of the Pacific Economic Cooperation Council of New Zealand Board. She's a regular participant in New Zealand's partnership forums with the United States, Australia and China.
Yeah. Kei te pukumahi. She is a busy woman indeed. Amidst all of that, she is also the judging panel convener for the Deloitte Top 200 Award. So please join me in welcoming Fran OSullivan.
I'm obviously far too busy.
Yes.
You know the old saying, give it to a busy person. Anyway, it's such a wonderful thing here to be here tonight. I find it personally uplifting to see the business community in one place and taking well-deserved time out to celebrate your achievements. And as we've heard before, it does take considerable business prowess to deliver strong results in challenging times. The people and organisations who will receive top honours tonight are extremely impressive and represent the very best of New Zealand business. I'd like to acknowledge the judging panel, my colleagues there, Neil Pavia-Smith, Managing Director of Foresight Bar, Hinarangi Raumata-Tuia, Chair of Tainui Holdings, Ross George, Managing Director of Direct Capital, and Jonathan Mason, a director of several large New Zealand companies. These are extremely well-placed judges, and we've had a very interesting time. I have to say, during the judging, we have been heartened to uncover and mine out some incredible New Zealand businesses who are continuing to grow value for shareholders, embrace new ways of working, dealing with those challenges and opportunities from AI, as Jack mentioned earlier, yet at the same time make impactful commitments to communities, sustainability and the environment. Selecting the winners from among this incredible bunch of finalists here tonight was difficult, I have to say. And all of those companies and executives selected as finalists were already extraordinarily strong performers. And a point the judges have made is notably the majority have benefited from solid international operations and profits that offset a generally weak New Zealand market. But as we heard earlier, that also brings with it challenges in complexity and more intense competition as we move forward into 2024. We've also been complemented by 3 specialist panels. This year, the Young Executive Award was judged by Rob Campbell and Joan Withers, both former Deloitte Chairpersons of the Year, and my colleague Liam Dan, Business Editor-at-Large at the New Zealand Herald. The Diversity Inclusion Award was judged by Rajna Patel, a former Deloitte visionary leader, and Simon Muta, a previous honoree as CEO of the Year, together with Juliet Tainui Hernandez. And finally, the Sustainability Leadership Judging Panel advisors were Katie Beath and Joe Kelly, who are well known to you all as advocates in the space with an incredible commitment to ESG. And I do want to acknowledge here that the judges are, first of all, independent. They have each brought to their task a particular skill set. Conflicts of interest were well managed, I have to say, that's my task. And the independence you have each brought to your task and judgment, I hope will be respected by all of you in this room. There are a few shout-outs here that I'd like to make. The Deloitte Top 200 Awards are not possible without the hard work and dedication of a good deal of people. The work of the judging panel has been underpinned by Top 200 audit partner Silvio Brunsma and data lead Cameron Gray from Deloitte, and they produce the Top 200 Index, which I do commend to you, even if it's first of all to find out where you end up this year. Top 20 Financial Institutions Index, and also the Top 10 Maori organisations, and this is something which has been added in recent years. So we do actually draw finalists from these indices, apart from the Judges Recognition Award and Visionary Leader Awards, where we've been given licence to go a little bit wider. I'd also like to acknowledge the Deloitte Top 200 Marketing Partner, Cassandra Worrell, and the Top 200 Lead, Frauke Sharplin, and also Gender Events for tonight's fabulous evening, which I'm sure you're all enjoying. New Zealand Media and Entertainment was mentioned before, and on behalf of the company, I would say they do proudly acknowledge these prestigious awards, which they got behind a decade ago. The winners and finalists have been interviewed on camera by Herald colleagues Duncan Bridgman, Tamsin Parker and Liam Dan, and as you would have seen on the way through, Madison Reedy from Markets with Madison also interviewed a number of you tonight, and you'll be able to see that on Herald Online in coming days. And as Mike mentioned, please pick up a copy of Dynamic Business on the way out for full coverage, and also Tim McCready's insights into what the top 200 indices are telling us. Finally, just let me congratulate on behalf of the judges, all the winners tonight. You have exhibited true grit and resilience. You've adapted to an ever-changing economic landscape, both nationally and offshore. And in my view, and I'm sure the judges, you've actually done New Zealand proud. And we also look forward to the fruits of your future business successes. Thank you.
Please put your hands together for Fran OSullivan. She's done an incredible amount of work for tonight, as you can hear. Thank you so much for your tireless mahi, for all of what we've heard from our judges. They've had a very hard job to determine the finalists and, of course, the winners for the Deloitte Top 200 Awards. Now, the results are very important and key and have a lot of mana, and they're made all the more enjoyable by the mahi of Fran and all of our judges. So thank you all.
Yeah, I just want to tautoko the points that Fran has been making and recognise the massive debt of gratitude we owe to this year's Deloitte Top 200 judges. So I'm going to run through a few names again. Jonathan Mason, Hinirangi Raumati Tuua, Neil Pavia-Smith and Ross George.
Our Young Executive of the Year Award judging advisors are Joan Withers, Rob Campbell and Liam Dan.
The Diversity and Inclusion Leadership Award judging advisors, Rajna Patel, Simon Muta, Juliet Tainui Hernandez.
And Sustainability Leadership Award judging advisors, Katie Beath and Joe Kelly. So we are ready to get into it. Would you like to tell people health and safety about the stairs, Jack, because you navigated that last night?
Yeah, my just one piece of advice to anyone who's coming up on stage is just make sure you look where you put your feet. Because it's a black stage, and while it looks super chic, there are some downsides to the design. So just come up gently if you want to look as elegant as possible in front of your colleagues. Our first award, if you want to, it's optional.
If you want to make a really big statement, that's up to you as well.
Yeah, well, these are turbulent times.
Yes.
Our first award this evening recognises an outstanding change in business performance. So the judges look at the relative improvement in all performance indicators over the previous year, the source of the improvement, other ways the organisation has changed in the past year, and the significance of the impact that these changes make.
At Iwi, to present the award for Business New Zealand Most Improved Performance, please welcome Chief Executive of Business New Zealand, Kirk Hope.
Kia ora koutou katoa. As advocates and promoters working for positive change for New Zealand businesses, Business New Zealand is proud to sponsor the Most Improved Performance Award again this year. Let's take a look at our impressive group of finalists.
As New Zealand's largest import hub, Port of Auckland has been integral to the region's development since the 1850s. Employing more than 750 people, Port of Auckland leads in sustainability with the first electric tug. Actively reducing emissions and rehabilitating local harbours, it strives to be the resilient, eco-friendly choice for North Island trade.
Port of Auckland has shown a remarkable turnaround in profitability and operations. By establishing effective strategies, the port has improved its financials, union relationships, health and safety practices, and operational performance. Its profits and revenue have skyrocketed, with profit up 50.7 million on last year and revenue increasing from 265.3 million to 320.2 million. And it's also worked hard to reduce its net debt. The port has nearly doubled the dividend it pays to Auckland Council, which really demonstrates its commitment to delivering returns to shareholders. By prioritising health and safety, the port has improved its safety culture and implemented measures to safeguard the well-being of its people. The port has also collaborated with the union to implement the country's first stevedoring practice.
Since 1990, Sky has revolutionised New Zealand's TV viewing, offering an extensive array of sports, entertainment and digital services. With My Sky and streaming options like Sky Go and Neon, viewers enjoy unparalleled access across devices. Committed to local talent and sports from grassroots to elite levels, Sky is a pillar of Kiwi entertainment and culture.
Competing in a highly saturated market, Sky TV has excelled, reaching over 1 million customer relationships. This is a testament to its leadership in the high-value Sky Box space, the commercial business, its sports lineup, as well as its ability to deliver to the entire country via satellite, streaming and free-to-air. Despite intense competition, particularly in the streaming market, Sky TV has established itself as New Zealand's top content aggregator, enhancing its offerings with the new Sky Box, Sky Pod and improved streaming features. Customer satisfaction is a strong focus at Sky TV. The company has realigned its business to strategic priorities, notably launching Sky Broadband in 2021 and rejuvenating its free-to-air service with Sky Open. This strategic shift has returned Sky TV to revenue growth, underpinned by a robust business model. Ending the 2023 financial year with a strong balance sheet, Sky TV is positioned for ongoing success and shareholder value.
Westland Milk Products, a cornerstone of New Zealand's dairy processing, employs over 1,500 people and drives the West Coast economy. With more than 150 years of heritage, Westland crafts premium butter, dairy powders and nutritional products from Southern Alps sourced milk, blending innovation with tradition for superior nourishment.
Westland Milk Products' company-wide turnaround has been truly remarkable. For the first time in its 85-year history, Westland managed to surpass the $1 billion revenue mark in 2022. With the company achieving record financial performance, Westland's 2022 revenue increased 27% year on year to $1.04 billion, enabling a profit of $39 million, or 69 cents per kilo of milk solids. This marked an incredible $120 million turnaround over 2021. Westland continues to pay farmers a solid 10-cent premium above the forecast Fonterra price per kilo of milk solids, meaning it has contributed $535 million into the West Coast and Canterbury economies through farmer milk payments in 2022.
And so, the winner of the Business New Zealand Most Improved Award 2023 is Port of Auckland.
Well, I'll be hanging on to that, so that's mine now. Thank you, everybody. Thank you to Deloitte. Thank you to Business New Zealand. Port of Auckland is stoked to be on a turnaround journey, and I'd just really like to thank the board, the Chair Jan, and the whole board. I'd also like to thank the exec who have done an excellent job in leading the port in the last couple of years. But most importantly, I'd like to thank the workers and our unions, and we've got one of our union partners here tonight. Because it's the workers who are doing the turnaround at the port, it's the workers who are improving safety, and it's the award for them. So thank you, everybody. Have a great night. Take care.
Well done. Congratulations. Have you got that special piece of paper, that magic with your name on it? Very good. Show everyone again, just so they remember. Ports of Auckland, congratulations. And a shout out to the workers. A beautiful start to our awards. Now, the 2 Degrees Best Growth Strategy Award recognises an outstanding growth performance. The judges look at the past year's revenue and profit growth among a range of factors.
And in these challenging times, creating a meaningful and effective growth strategy has never been more essential to the good health of business in New Zealand and the overall well-being of our economy.
The finalists of this award have demonstrated that even in the face of strong headwinds, positive outcomes can be achieved.